I got out as a staff sergeant and I noticed a huge difference in quality of troops coming in 2019 compared to when I came in 2013. The question why? When I tell you to do something because I tell you to gets old. First things first. Thank you. Thank you. Um, thank you. I'm grateful. When it comes to your comment, got out staff sergeant and I noticed a huge difference in quality of troops coming in 2019 compared to when I came in 2013. Question why? When I They question why when I tell you to do something because I tell you to get told. So I've noticed it's different in generations. When it comes to, there's a huge generational divide when it comes to one generation and how they respond to authority, how they respond to direction, orders. Um, there's a certain level of rebellion that seems to be more prevalent. And to answer why, I don't know. It's something I've definitely picked up on, where discipline is just, it's the generation before you always thinks that the next generation is weaker or less disciplined or more flimsy or more based on their feelings. The generation before always thinks they're better than the generation after them. It's a weird reality of they don't know what they're doing. This is the way it needs to be done. And in some ways, it's true. The generation before me, bro, you taking every Wednesday off? You taking leave? You taking sick days? You tired? You got anxiety? What's wrong with you? Back in my day, and then the generation after us, why you playing video games? You streaming? You on TikTok? Doing what? Dances? It's a constant divide of we're always trying to fix the next generation to make them more like the old generation. It's not right or wrong. It's different. My troop, I have to constantly remind myself he's different. He's not right or wrong. Now, in terms of military conduct and regulations and what have you, there's a right or wrong. But when it comes to personality, when it comes to activities, hobbies, preference, he's different. I can't try to force him into my mold and say that tattoo looks stupid as hell, bro. What the hell is that? It's not up to me. It's not up to me. It's preference. I definitely understand where you're coming from as far as the generational divides. Definitely. But yeah, I don't know. It's different, bro. When I tell you to do something, do it. I'll explain it afterward. I'll tell you to do something because I'm being told that this needs to be done. This is what I struggle with. Entitlement. Hey, I'm there. I've been there. Even now, of being stuck in the middle of the chain of command, and then something comes down, and I say, "Yo, just do this real quick," and then they say, "What? I'm busy. I'm doing something." I'm like, "It takes 2 minutes to do this." Also, it helps you. It benefits you later. I don't have time to explain it all. I'm gonna put it in an email eventually. I'm gonna explain it later. But this, and this, I know exactly what that feels like. It's probably one of the things I hate most about being a staff sergeant is being stuck right in the middle of two grown adults, and we got to play the telephone game of you tell them to do this, and then once they're done with that, tell them to do this. I'm like, you could just go straight to them, but chain of command. You're the supervisor. You got to convey the message. I hate it. And then when they do it wrong, and then they ask you, why is this not done like this? I'm like, they did it. I gave them instructions. Here's the email. I explained exactly the way you told me to say it. I gave it to them. It's not done. I followed up. Here's the evidence. I followed up again. Here's the evidence. And they say, it's not done. I'm like, we want me, they're a grown adult. They're a grown adult. I told them it's not done. So I've been there, Gordon. Like, and it sucks. It sucks. It's a part of me that doesn't want to be a supervisor anymore. It's such a weird dynamic between adults. I'm like, y'all really playing telephone game around the office? Just tell them what you want done. If it's not done, we'll stay here until it's done. And that's really what it comes down to is just, all right, you have till call of business to have this done. If it's not done, we're just going to stay until it's done. And that's usually what gets people moving is my time is at risk. But once again, thanks for the super chat. Definitely know what you're talking about, man. It was probably the biggest adjustment of becoming a new supervisor, new staff sergeant is just constantly having to deal with other people's assignments, other people's, yeah, it's different. It's different.